This week, Nations Business looks at how government is empowering Fijian families by providing electricity. One of the essential services targeted to lifting the standard of living for all Fijians. In most parts of rural Fiji, electricity is a luxury that not many people can afford. While those living in urban centers have been provided with these necessities, many rural families are still struggling. The Rural Electrification Scheme has become a success story with more than 1,000 families benefiting annually. Working with government, these rural families have experienced the thrill of having electricity light up their homes for the first time, which will change their lives forever. With power, children can now study longer hours. Families will be updated with the latest events, both locally and internationally. All part of ensuring that everyone in Fiji is provided access to these essential necessities of life. Recently, 20 homes from the village of Navanga, located in the province of Ba, received electricity for the first time. Situated in the interior of Ba, the village lacked infrastructural upgrade, and the only source of light for the villagers was through the kerosene lanterns and diesel generators. To assist villagers of Navanga, $44,000 was given towards the completion of the solar-generated system.
The Department of Energy aims to use renewable energy, especially solar home systems, instead of those expensive diesel generators. That is the direction that we are slowly going into. And much of the rural electrification budget that we receive is now being used for implementation of solar home systems. And also that is in line with government's intention to electrify the whole nation, to provide them with some access to electricity in the very near future.
Navanga village elder, Kalaveti Naisoro, says they faced a lot of challenges and difficulties in the past due to their isolation. Before, families from Navanga and neighboring villages spent $40 to $60 a month on kerosene. Such an amount is considered of great value, since kerosene is a much sought-after fuel that is used by most families in these parts to survive. The switch from kerosene to solar is part of government's direction in encouraging rural communities to be less reliant on fuels such as kerosene or benzene, which are expensive, and turn to more cheaper and sustainable methods. Principal Energy Analyst for the Department of Energy, Paula Katirewa, adds that the solar home systems are the only economical answers to remote rural electrification. Katirewa says for the villagers of Navanga, a new payment system is in effect for all households, in which tenants will pay $14 a month as rental fees.
That fund is kept within government. It's used to actually replace parts, bulbs that can burn within 3 years, especially batteries. These systems rely heavily on batteries because they do not have any other form of backup. So if you have days that are not so sunny, we rely on the batteries, and once the batteries what you call a flat out. We need to replace those batteries. Without the batteries, these systems cannot work at all. So those funds that we collect from them, they're kept in a trust fund that will enable us to purchase more batteries for them when they need it.
Part of government's plan towards creating a clean energy sector is through the use of natural resources to generate energy and is a cheaper and cleaner choice to the use of fuels such as coal, natural gas, or oil that once used cannot be replaced.
The department has been provided with close to $14 million for electrification purposes. With that $14 million, about $3.26 million has been allocated for the extension from Sianganga to Ndaketi. And the balance, there's a fair amount of solar home system, about 2,000 solar home systems in total that are being targeted. With that 2,000 solar home systems, we are looking at about $4 to $5 million as well. So those solar home systems will be used in the remote communities where grid access is not possible, for that matter.
Nation's Business looks at the province of Naitasiri, where 95% of the area have access to electricity through solar energy and the Monosavu Hydro Dam, another excellent example of the use of renewable energy source. The Varia Rural Electrification Project is a partnership between the people of the Nai Tokai Malo district in Naitasiri and government.
Kena domingo piki me mnali balik. Una bunno kutukuna na rara mbalata na isauni wani kime mi pangatakatuilu na dina tambudaing. Andor kana ndende ni isauni karsin. Yani kime reta ngona liba. Roni ndo mandanga na bula. Kime soma tike tulon dola. Roni ndo na bula lai ndo telemata usiru.
Ramaru takasarang dali ni korbiri yani kana mai Terakhir mana bukan matan tu kalau mendekor. Ali butalangana bu balik sa tunor kadun wali liwa misini sab-saba. Li butalangar sa buli bultak. Karena rito lealo. Urut ni sayang bali besarbir. Bukan matan tu.
Kimi bangata cina generator. Ni generator wang ngamena ono bokatala tinambui. Non regulation ngo ni rongo na semanda marasu kemana buli marabuli ron relation. Otana pa kap ngelim na kalok sarin baro pa kap sion. Sabaru talanga mena karsin. Ot kena din me baro te kero na kena baro te kero tu mangem bokna tin. Sabat tol tana pa kap non regulation ngo ni me pa tol te kero ni sember ni bokna din. Mo mi sa tol chuna ngona ngone. Sonongona sa sonongona se ratu regulation ngo ni sa mbok tal mena.
Another milestone achievement targeted at lifting the standard for all Fijians is the commissioning of the Nandari Vatu hydroelectric scheme by Prime Minister Commodore Vorenge Bainimarama.
This hydroelectric project has been constructed at a cost of around $150 million US. At today's prices, this dam will save Fijians about 42 million Fijian dollars per year in the importation of diesel fuel. The new energy created by this dam is clean energy. My government, together with FEA, is committed to developing clean, renewable, and affordable source. Nandari Vatu is the latest achievement in our objective to meet our goal of providing 90% of all our energy requirements through renewable energy sources by the year 2015.
Several other projects are currently taking place in various locations around Fiji. The University of the South Pacific is also undertaking a conservative approach through education targeted towards local community needs.
The Fiji government has actually given the university, I believe, $800,000 to set up a biofuel lab, which we're doing at the moment, and their interest is obviously biofuel. As far as one particular energy goes, and we're working with them. We also have an MOU with the Department of Energy, where we're working with them on ocean energy work. So we're doing that as well. And of course, we have projects in collaboration with the Department of Energy in the area of solar energy and wind energy as well.
Measures have been put in place to reduce petroleum consumption in the transport sector by adopting alternative fuels for power, such as the use of cocoa diesel for fuels. Fast-tracking all renewable capital projects such as the Wainikaso Hydro in Vanua Levu, Nangando Hydro in Nandi.
We are also embarking on energy efficiency initiatives. One of the major initiatives that we have started on is the standardizing of freezers and refrigerators that will come into the country from next year. Basically, we are adopting the Australian and New Zealand standards, and we hope to be controlling that at the border around the 1st of January.
Lem na matin turang tosumai nabi na sampai bola kan binding dingi ramai wasa turun kena bi boli batak ya sengania kena mai wilu tengah matin tunggu angka kami bakara mati raukin tuan tu ni ekor relok.
Such developments in rural areas are targeted at unlocking the potential and promoting economic development, such as village canteens, bakeries, and freezers for selling fish. Nations Business also visits Naitalasese village in the province of Tailevu to find out how government assistance is benefiting the people. Meet Chosateki Tuvaduandua, a 50-year-old farmer from Visama in Nakelo, who owns this piece of land and is currently running a small business. From this piggery, Tuvaduandua has developed a source of sustainable energy using pig waste for biogas. This was made possible through the assistance of the Department of Energy and constructed by the Barracuda Biogas Construction.
Na mbenu ni boka na may songo ni kede tungo sinongo ko boka bunu tungo ko mer so songo ni wat kede ngo range ngole bon na kena tangi sa boka ruta gitu mo mana nanu ko kata ka jigo mo takalilay boka ni no boka songo na tungo mana benugo balta merenile yang asar kini ocho jini kani tugol ko nekana wanga tegi juga na biogas sa niredan ko na nito wal ni kurro una ni wasanga may wanang bay ni boka na tangi juga itu marro keda medo ser may wal ni kurro una ni wasanga saya kuya nakaya kota mai na mbenu ni waka na loma ni bolu kurongo sarau kina na basa sanga.
Tuvaduandua and his family used to buy gas from the supermarket. However, with the installation of the biogas system by using pig manure, Tuvaduandua can now use the money for other upcoming family projects. Through the Department of Energy, the biogas scheme will last for 20 years for his family, and buying kerosene and Fiji gas from the shops is already a thing of the past.
Undar ka boka nakataka chiwali wana matintu di chungo nanona rai sarutunga mai weekenda tubu ka bunwa ke bakanga nda boka wele na tubu ka bunwa vida na buli ni tamban ni tete rangole chung mai na bi korkor ra chung na non ra madaloir ke baka o sanga nyo torni mate ni kala mo tosilu En vian rendre to coverton matintu radi chungwa patiker kana bilu tak merbe suliana evakasala patikena bibuki.
With 2012 declared by the United Nations General Assembly as the International Year of Sustainable Energy for All, many Pacific Island countries are looking towards Fiji as it succeeds in transforming into a greener energy sector.
Through this awareness, it is hoped that governments, businesses, and civil society will commit to taking concrete actions that will help achieve Sea for All by 2030. These actions will provide significant benefits for all, including strengthened economic growth, expanded social equity, and a cleaner environment.
Every dollar not spent on fossil fuels is a dollar that could be spent, invested in the Pacific people, in the Pacific Islanders, for the socio-economic development. That is why the agenda of renewable energy is so important in the Pacific.
Fiji has one of the highest rates of alternative energy supply in the Pacific. I think it's about 57%, with Monosavu, and also with the 2 new projects for the 2 new hydropower stations.
Children can now reap the benefits through studying longer hours and keeping up to date with the latest events. Many families have expressed their gratitude for the provision of electricity. The benefits of rural electrification include savings on fuel for generators, which are also used to pump water from boreholes. With electricity in place, families in remote areas can now look forward to changes and further developments in the area, as enjoyed by families living in urban centers.
Sundorkan ini memi bawa binatang na matentu sah bingkar bikin orang ini. Sah lepas nabi matentu orang oleh ramai posanga siang di bagai dur. Iana kaki mengendara besar tunga guna leni korban tunga beria. Matentu gua sah bi bagai musara.
Kimi marutak wali pembelatan kaki mi tangi itu mena betana yang bagi sauci. Singni ado. Nangone ada mikir matentu gua. Nabi kanga kimi nanu mameke mitangi dani sabe dur me bikimani hosi menang gona libu
kaji marotarina otombotonga na lala otoma na ministra ni vator da tarin tonda gona korbo bala embutia mana le mandurara na singa niwa na bula sawo cha manduro da me tabatanga na singa niwa emara na le nirara manji marotarini ambalecha embutia me chana punilan na le mandurara na rewa na bigo manji na wachare na le mandurara na chana pa dingulio na sela po mando
marota tu rebeli tagit patintu do no viti saat itu saranga go ibri usare te chuna ena nonra marota ka tu le ni bonua
na matintu na demikian prime minister ki marota na men prime minister mai ndoli liba tali tag na men prime minister iliu na ka ki polisia na men prime minister mai turan ken tambua ngalobi dabe ta poni na irne bin style esin era mai tu nga ena da mai esin dona ka mai ina tron prime minister ngoni dona ka tu na ya sin tenwawa kanga tu na ya kanga tu na ya ni mo na tan matin tu